Tonight we begin a 6-week series on the opioid crisis called The Darkest Hour: Families Coping with Fentanyl. In part 1, I go to one of the DEA's secret drug warehouses and learn from the special agent in charge that Arizona is on the front lines of the fentanyl epidemic.
One gram of fentanyl, this amount of fentanyl, could kill 500 people.
Special agent in charge of Arizona, Doug Coleman, is on the front lines of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's efforts to stop the flow of illegal fentanyl into the country. Coleman says 2 milligrams of fentanyl is a lethal dose for someone who doesn't have a tolerance.
The amount of fentanyl you have here could kill thousands of people. And we seize this on a daily basis here. That's how much is coming into the country.
Coleman has seen the opioid addiction crisis in the U.S. evolve into a fentanyl epidemic.
The opioid addict population that we have started looking for a better, more potent high.
That more potent high was found with Chinese-manufactured fentanyl. The Mexican drug cartels then seized on the opportunity.
Right now, we have about 85 to 90% of all the fentanyl that's in America is coming from Mexican sources. So it's coming across the southwest border.
Often referred to as Mexican Oxy, the deadly fentanyl pills are designed to look just like an oxycodone M30 tablet. But that's where the similarity ends.
Because it's clandestinely manufactured in Mexico with 2 jokers in a garage mixing dope together and then pill punching it out, there's no way to tell how much is in that pill. So they take the tablet that they think has 1.5 milligrams that they'll be able to survive, and it actually has 4 milligrams that they don't survive.
Part of the DEA's responsibility is trying to catch those who are supplying the deadly Mexican Oxy pills. Their heat unit works with local authorities the moment an overdose death happens.
Pull their phone records, look around the house, grab pocket trash to try to find out the person that actually gave that lethal dose. And then we will put a case on them. And in the federal system, if we can prove that the person gave the dose and they knew they were giving fentanyl to the person, we can add an additional 20 years to their charge.
In 2016, the DEA in Arizona seized 20,000 illegal fentanyl pills. In fiscal year 2018, that number shot up to 380,000. In this fiscal year, the DEA in our state has seized over 1.1 million illicitly manufactured fentanyl pills.
I don't want to say that we've reached the top of this problem yet. I think we're still on the upswing.
Once the DEA seizes those Mexican Oxy pills, they take them here to one of 2 secret drug warehouses in Arizona. KGUN 9 getting a very rare look inside. The warehouse does store marijuana and other illegally seized drugs, but the bulk of the relatively small DEA evidence boxes contain pills laced with fentanyl. When DEA agents process the evidence, they have to take extra precautions because any exposure could be deadly.
This is a Tyvek suit, and it's designed to keep outside contaminants away from the skin, because fentanyl can be exposed. It can get on your skin and you can be exposed to it then and have a potential overdose. And then they'll wear these respirators over the top so that they're breathing purified air.
The agents always work in pairs so one can administer Narcan in case of an accidental exposure. The fentanyl-laced pills are then sent to the DEA lab for analysis to help build the federal case.
The only way you know what's in it is to do the chemical analysis. And then we use that documentation in court. When the court process is all over with, then all this stuff gets incinerated.
It's a dangerous job battling what Coleman calls the worst drug epidemic in his 30 years with the DEA.
We know that every time we make those seizures, we've saved somebody's life. We know that every time we take down one of these organizations, we're taking them and their product out of circulation.
The DEA does have multiple warehouses in the state of Arizona where they process and store the drugs they seize. Of course, they keep those locations secret.